Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome back to Creda. Today is day 13 and today we're going to be doing something a little bit different than what I've done on the channel before. Well, not really, but it's going to be different than what I've been doing for Creda. I have a vision. I want to try to do it. I've tried this before and it was my first time, so it didn't come out right. So I'm just going to share with you what we're going to do, and this is going to be probably a long Creda. I do want to say that my stand is acting up today, but I have a little bit of time to myself. My big roommate is in town, so I'm trying to just take advantage of that. So everyone is asleep still. So I'm going to be using this. I'm using some gems from Michael's. I'm going to be using this Poppies, and I think that says paper over there, and this is going to be from Hobby Lobby, the Paper Studio. Some more gemstones from Hobby Lobby, and I usually try to get the stuff on clearance when it's less than half price, and I want to try to use this stamp. We'll be using this trim from Michael's, a hot glue gun. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this box that came from the Dollar Tree, and we're going to attempt to alter it. So I'm going to go off camera and take the stuff off. I'm going to take these off the hinges. As you can see right here, it's been cracked. Okay, so I've taken off the screws and the hinges. If you're like me and you do this, you may want to put these up somewhere, just so you don't lose them. I did unscrew a box previously, a couple of months ago, and I misplaced, whatever you want to call it, one of the screws. I'm going to leave it here for now, so you know we'll probably lose that. And so I just want to share with you right here. This is cracked a little bit, but that's okay. I'm going to be using this Tim Holtz Distress Staining. And this box, I think I purchased in a D-Stash. I don't think I would have bought, I could have, but I don't think I would have bought this box from the Dollar Tree, only because it's $1 for one box. Whereas if they had it at Michael's for less, I could have got coupon, but I could have bought it. And I want to try my luck at something, but I really think I bought in a D-Stash. So the box is damaged, which is okay because this is just going to be for practice, I guess. I just want to see if I can, I have an idea in my head. I just want to see if I can do it. This is what I like the Tim Holtz stain for, the distress stain, because it absorbs, the wood absorbs the paint or staining, whatever you want to call it, really well. Or I did when I made that, I stained the heart, and it looked really cool. The only thing is I'm not going to keep all of this exposed, but I am just staining it versus staining just the edges. I'm not versed enough to know how or why you should stain certain sections, a certain thing, but I do like how it looks. I don't have a sealant besides now that it's on a cracked, broken pieces of wood, I'm gonna dab it. The Mod Podge sealant, but you know they have spray sealants as well, and I like that it dries fairly quickly if you don't get heavy-handed. I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish. I want to finish this on camera, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to finish this on camera. I woke up a little later than normal. It's 5 in the morning, and so sometimes my little roommate will wake up at 5 in the morning, and again, the family that I have knows no boundaries when it comes to personal time and space. I'm not even sure how I got put in this family. When my mom was alive, she was one of those people that if she was awake, you needed to be up. If not, she was going to make all the noise in the world for you to wake up. And I used to always tell her that she would do that. And she never really said, no, I don't do that. But she never said, yes, I do that as well. So that's just something to be cognitive of if you are one of those people that steal people's time or you waste time. I hate for my time to be wasted because it's so limited. So I just hate it. Just like, well, I won't discuss it too much, but swaps, which I don't do many swaps anymore unless I know you or I just feel like making something for you, which I haven't been making random personal things for people lately. I have a few challenges that I want to try to enter. They're simple, easy challenges with a long due date, which is awesome because, you know, my time is limited. So if I sit here and make something for you, I don't know, say this distress box, and you're supposed to make me a distress box too, and I go ahead and send you our swap and I never hear from you again, I'm not upset that I wasted time. I'm not upset that I wasted my money on creating something and mailing it in the post, going to the post office and doing it. I'm really upset that the time that I put into our swap I can't get back because I could have used that time for someone else. So that's why I don't do a lot of organized swaps anymore, only because I don't trust people like I used to trust people when I first got on YouTube. And I'm not always going to, I guess I will always not trust people, but I do give people a chance up to a certain time though. I'm not going to constantly say, oh yeah, this person is a great swapper, and then they continuously, you know, don't swap properly and things like that. And even though other people, and this is where I tend to be loyal, where my zodiac sign comes into play. You know, people, for example, Brandy, that's me, and I'm also left-handed crafter. I try to refer to myself and not anyone else, but say if Brandy and left-handed crafter did a swap, and the swap was fine, nothing happened. That's cool. But say if the left-handed crafter, for example, did a swap with Distress Stain, and she didn't do it right, and Distress Stain got upset. Brandy and left-handed crafter don't have issues, but Distress Stain and left-handed crafter does. So because I am so crazily a loyal person to my friends, whoever that friend is, it doesn't have to be someone that I always talk about. It can be someone that I rarely talk about, but I consider them to be a friend, and maybe we don't do YouTube videos, but we have personal conversations. And they tell me, oh, I'm doing a swap with left-handed crafter, and I'm like, oh, well, you know, Brandy didn't have an issue with left-handed crafter, but Distress Stain did, so just be careful. And, you know, I allow them to make their own decision, but at the same time, if my friend gets treated poorly, then I'm not going to trust that person anymore either, because it's only a matter of time before they do it to you as well. I hope that makes sense, and I just didn't go off on a crazy tangent. So I really like these Sizzix stamp and die sets, and I like the Sizzix because this one, she's probably a graphic 45 lady. I don't know if Sizzix is a part of the graphic 45 thing, because you know Sizzix does dies and what is it, Hampton Arts, yep, see here we are right here, Hero Arts, I was going to say, does graphic 45. So this probably is a graphics 45 lady. You probably can get the paper pad. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do some hand stamping. I've never used this stamp before, and they didn't do a good job packaging her because, you know, it's heavy duty ink. It came off on the packaging. Not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. I am going to place her right here. I've seen Mom to Create and now Elemental Designs do some scripting. I've seen a lot of people do scripting, don't get me wrong, but in the last couple of days I've seen those two ladies do scripting where they take, oh, you know what, I don't think I'm going to use her now. I've seen them where they take scripts and kind of, well, one from Mom to Create, I saw her do stencil script, and then Elemental Design did some type of scripting too. I'm not sure if hers was stencil or not. And this isn't dry yet, so we're gonna let it dry, let it absorb. And I have this little stamp right here that I got in a D-stash, and I've already used it, so we're gonna reuse it. And unfortunately, when I use these stamps, I didn't clean them, but I need to. I don't like for my stamps not to be cleaned, so I have to remind myself to clean my stamps. I do like these ladies because they do remind me of, you know, Little House on the Prairie, I guess. I'm not sure if you all watch the Ingalls, but I was a huge Michael London fan, and then when he did Highway to Heaven, oh, I like that as well. So while that dries, I'm going to just go ahead and let you know what I'm thinking about doing. So at first, I was going to put this over here, this little piece right there, and then I was going to put these flowers on some kind of way, and then I was going to take these jewels and plop them around the board like that in like a diamond shape. So that's what I'm going to try to do, and it's drying a little bit, so let me go ahead and see if I can't stamp on top of this. Let me just read this real quick. So it's good to know that it's non-toxic in case someone thinks that it's some random type of thing you can put in your mouth and consume. Last week, I think it was, or this week, I don't remember. My little roommate tried to eat a marker, and I was frantic. I called poison control because usually when he does something crazy and it says non-toxic, I don't get all mom, you know, I don't go into, oh my God, I'm a bad parent, my baby's sucked the marker. I didn't do that kind of stuff when I was growing up. I'm not saying he got it from his father, I'm just saying I never did that kind of stuff. So, and plus, you know, he's his own little person. He's going to do whatever he thinks is good for him to do, which is give mommy a heart attack. Okay, so that is how that's going to look, and I'm thinking maybe I should grab some paper, but I don't know. And so on the front, I'm not going to do much. I'm just making sure these magnets are sticking down because I want to put one, just one on the side right here, and I'm going to put one on the other side. I won't distress the bottom besides what I've already done to it because I'm not, I don't want to distress it. Okay. So my big roommate left the pantry door open where Nicholas's food is, and guess who got in their big bag of food and chewed holes in it? Yep, you guessed it. It wasn't my big roommate, it was Nicholas. You know, when you are primarily the only person that's at home and you do things a certain way, when another person comes in and they don't do it the way you do it, it's more of a disruption than anything until you get into your habit of how you do things, or a happy combination of how things are done, which is sometimes hard to do because You know, he's not here often. He's only here for a few days, and then he's back on the road. So that's something to always keep in mind if you decide to meet someone that does, I don't know, long hauls, marine, a mariner, that whenever they do come home, things will have to be adjusted. And I'm just stamping this upside down now, just because I think it looks pretty like that. Yeah. So there we go. And I've seen a box like this before, you know, that's distressed, and it kind of looks weird and funky. And I was thinking about putting paper on the inside or lining it with something, and I've chosen not to do that, only because I don't want to stress myself out by trying to measure it and do all the other stuff. I have been learning the hard way that some of the things that I have created are not sticking well. Some of the things that I've made and sent out, people have told me that it came apart, but they say I have glue so they can always glue it back. But I'm just going to, which I don't really like to do, but I am going to do it now. I'm going to put some adhesive on here. See, it's real sticky, but it's only real sticky for a little while. And I really like hot glue when it comes to some projects, because in my opinion it sticks better. But over time, hot glue will wear off, especially if it's a high use item. But if it's something that you rarely use, then, you know, I don't think hot glue is a problem. And I do have my glue gun heating up, because we will be using that shortly. And one of these little rhinestones fell off. Oh no, it's glitter that fell off. I really probably should be using my heating tool to dry each piece properly, but I'm not. Crazy. This chick is crazy. And it's a little bit off center, which is okay. I don't plan on, I may give this to my aunt. She may like it, and so it doesn't have to be centered for her. And I think if I was giving it to someone else, they would know that I did make this from the heart, and the crookedness was not malicious. And now I'm going to get these jewels out. I don't know if I bought these jewels or if I bought them in a D-stash. I would never buy these at $1.50, I tell you that. So if I did buy them, they were on sale or clearance. And I should take that back. I would probably buy a $1.50 pack of jewels from Michael's if I needed to do a project right away, and that's what I needed, which was some jewels that they had. But other than that, I probably wouldn't just go out and randomly buy a pack of $1.50 jewels. I know that a lot of you ladies have been saying that you're on an organization kick. Use what you have kick. Don't buy anything kick. I am always going to say that I'm trying to improve my spending. But if I see something that I really like and I really want it, I'm going to buy it. I don't want to ever say I'm on a spending freeze, a spending anything, only because then you limit yourself. You stop going to the store because, you know, we're so easily tempted to go out and buy stuff. Well, maybe that's just me. I like looking in the sales papers, even if I'm not going to buy anything. I do like to look in the sales paper to see what they have, because I don't need anything, and I really don't need to want anything, because I have enough to get me through for a couple of years. But it's nice to just be able to go to the store and say, oh, that's cute. Right here are the hinges, so I'm not going to put anything on those two sides. As you see, it takes up the, come on girl, get it together. Let's see if I can't twirl this around. I want it to kind of look like a diamond, not a crooked square, which is what that one was looking like. Alright, so I'm going to put one more on this side, or two on that side. And then we're going to move on to the next thing, which is applying these flowers. And we'll have our Creda for today. Tuesday will be the 15th. And that means we are really halfway there versus being a third of the way there. And it's been really fun. At times hard because I couldn't think of something to do. But tomorrow, I may be able to do a live Creda, and it'll probably be early in the morning, before 10 o'clock. So all the people that watch their court shows, the judges, Maury Povich, Jerry Springer, maybe you can get a little left-handed craft in your life. I don't know. We'll see. I do have some things going on that I need to take care of, so we'll see how that works out. And this looks really cute. These are spaced out more than these, but that's okay. No big deal. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one, even though I only put a flower, one heart right there. I think that if I can remember to get, we'll see, if I can remember to get my, no, I can't remember because I put those away in a box. I've been packing up things, as I tell you all the time. So at a point, I'm going to only be working very limited supply. And so I'm just going to go ahead and apply this hardware back. And then when I finish that, we'll come back. Alright, so here we are. And we're not finished yet. We are going to do some more embellishing of this little box. But so far what we've done is we stained it. We've stamped out the hearts. And you can't even see that the hearts are stamped out. Really, it just looks like some writing or kind of dirty looking, which is cool. I think that with this stain, if I would have put some water on it, could have lightened it up. But I like that it looks like this, and I've put these little gems on there. And I was thinking that I could put more gems on, but I want the colors to say black and white, and I don't think I have any smaller gems readily at my disposal. So here comes where I think that I have a problem or issue. When I did the box before, my embellishing of the lace was a little bit off. So we're going to open this. And I do like when Hobby Lobby has a real sale. And by a real sale, I mean these were originally $3 and I got it for 1/3 of the price. But you know, Paper Studio is on sale like every other week or every 2 weeks. They always have a sale. So if you live close by and you want something, you can always wait it out. Unless you gotta have it then, and you can use that 40% off coupon. And now I'm just going to see how it looks with these brads on here. I've never used brads before on any of my projects. I always think of brads as scrapbooking things, so it's always very interesting for me to use it when I do use it in a different light. So this is how it looks, and I'm not sure if I like that, only because it's a lot of black and white on black and white. So I don't think we're going to be using that. I've been looking at this beautiful little flower, and I'm going to get this flower used before the 31st of August. I do like it, but I think it just doesn't go well with this, because this is, hey, look at me, I'm shiny, 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 and this is kind of like I look beautiful. So maybe if I would have just did the flowers to begin with, it would have not looked so awkward. So let me go ahead and drop this stuff back in here. And maybe I can do another project later on with these little flowers, because I do like them. And now I have to figure out what to do with those. So let me just sit them over here to the side and think of something. I do want to use this lace. See, this polka dot would have looked really good with those flowers, but I am not going to overwhelm my brain to do that. Excuse the noise. And I think what I'm going to do is just something really simple. I thought this was the one that had the bell trim on there, but it doesn't. I'm just going to take the rickrack and take it around the very top edge. And hopefully it doesn't look too weird. I think I'm going to do the Life is Adventure only because we need something besides just all of the black. Let's see. And I'm going to use my glue gun since I have this thing plugged in. Just so if you're all wondering, it says it's 5 pieces and 1 yard a piece, which should work well around the edge of this. I don't even know if that's a good fit, and it's not. Let's just go ahead and get the black out, and we're going to use this one, and then I'm going to just stay committed to it. Again, I try to work out most of the projects in my head, but with Creda, I don't do that. I tend to see a project in my head and work out most of it in my head, and then I just go from there. Right. No matter what, I'm going to keep it like that, only because I'm not starting over. I only have 1 box, first of all. So I can't start over in that regard. Second of all, it's not bad looking. It's just not what I envisioned. So I envisioned the end product. I knew how I was going to do the beginning. You can be as liberal as you want with your glue. And usually I'm very liberal, but today I'm off my liberation, I guess, with this glue. So we need to get back on it. Do you all have an IHOP near you? And if so, what is your favorite meal? I think I'm going to get my family up and drag them to IHOP today. I like chocolate chip pancakes. As you all know, I am a chocolate junkie. But let me rephrase that, because not all chocolate is my favorite chocolate. I do like some of the cheapo chocolate, but with my tooth being the way they are, my teeth, predominantly one tooth, giving me grief and heartache, I don't eat as much chocolate as I used to. But I like brownies, chocolate chip cookies, things like that. I hope that makes sense. I do like chocolate candy. Like my favorite, I don't have a favorite candy when it comes to chocolate candy. I like a variety of all of them. I definitely like Snickers. I like the Score. I like Symphony bars, and I think I like the Symphony because of the toffee that's in there. So I do like that. And but like my favorite cake is chocolate cake. My favorite cookies are chocolate chip cookies, the soft kind, not the hard ones. Brownies, I like brownies. And one of the ladies I know when I used to work with her, she used to make the most delicious desserts ever. She was such an awesome baker that whenever we had like potlucks, she would always make like a delicious dessert. And I used to always be like, can you make those brownies? And she used to make brownies with caramel in the middle of them. Can you just say I would take a whole bunch to my office, my desk, and throughout the day after the potluck, that's what I would eat on. But usually when people make things, I cut it just a little bit too short, and that's okay because I probably could stretch it, and I can, but I'm not. And I think that is coming along, and I'm going to revisit that flour thing now, only because it's come a long way, right? There used to be the Cool commercial, the cigarettes. We've come a long way, baby. Y'all remember that? I don't smoke, but I remember growing up that when you grow up in the inner city, whatever is that nationality people, you'll see a lot more of those commercials, billboards. And just recently, I guess in the last 10 years or so, people have started to complain about the propaganda or selling different things to lower class families, not middle class, but lower class families, especially in poverty or poor neighborhoods. And again, I grew up in Texas, and even though I wasn't around for like the civil rights movement, I was around. I have experienced racism and discrimination. Not blatantly being called out of my name, to my face at least. But I have experienced it. I've experienced it here in Mississippi too. What's funny is I have a friend who's Filipino, and she was visiting Texas, and the person she was visiting was black. And she said when they went into a store, all the black people stopped and looked and kind of was like, what are you, like gave her the you don't belong face. Which, whenever you go somewhere, you belong. If you have money, you can spend it. And I asked her, welcome to the club of going somewhere and people treating you like crap. And so I told her, she was in a certain part of Texas. I was like, hey, lock your doors. And when she told her friend that, he got upset with me. I was like, hey, I'm from Houston. I know the real deal. I'm going to put this right here in that center. This adhesive sticks pretty good, but I just want it to stick even better. I think that we have to just be mindful of that, because some places you're not wanted. It doesn't even matter your own nationality. People assume that you're one way and you're not. So you just have to be careful of that. If you're about breaking boundaries, then go ahead and break them. Just be careful of the boundaries that you break. I do think that sometimes we fight for things, and then once we get them, we're like, oh no, I didn't know it came with this much. I really want to put this there. I'm not though, I'm not. I'm going to. Sometimes too much is too much. Sometimes enough is enough. You all know my philosophy on that. I'm just trying to see if I have any randomness on my desk that I can use. Okay, so I've decided that I am going to call it quits on this little project. I really like how it came out. First time doing this. I think think that I like steampunk, and so I've been doing no research, no looking up anything to see if I really like it. I think that I'm going to probably try that. This little gem is loose. I'll take a picture and ask my aunt if she likes it. You know, I told you all about something I created, and I didn't know if she was going to like it. She was like, yeah, I want it. I took a picture of it and sent it to her, and she was like, I want it. And I was like, okay, you know, you can have it. Sure, no problem. What I probably will do is take some felt and just cut a square out and glue it at the top and the bottom, but I don't have any felt near me right now, and I'll probably just get that from Walmart. I do have some Dollar Tree fabric felt, but it's so flimsy that I don't want to put that in there because this is just a little trinket box, nothing else. So if I want to put that felt in there, I guess I can go ahead and stain it together. I'm over my time of 33 minutes and 10 seconds. Ooh, it's not staining. You see that? Not staining at all. So this is a different, it looks like it may be a different type of wood on the inside, more plasticky. That's interesting. Very, very interesting. So I'm definitely going to have to do something now since, well, still you can't really tell, but I'm definitely going to have to do something to the inside of it, which is probably just cut a fabric square and put in there. You see right here, you can see that little crack. The post office just abuses us and we take it. So anyway, I want to say thank you all so very much for supporting me, coming back every day, leaving kind comments, leaving comments of constructive criticism, leaving comments of humor. I really appreciate your support. I hope that you are enjoying these Credas. I have been telling some of my crafty friends that this is a very daunting task to create a video, a different type of craft video every day for 31 days. What was I thinking? But I'm almost there. I'm almost to the halfway mark, and I am actually enjoying it. If I could do this for a living, sit here and make a 20, 30, 50 hour, 3-hour long video and do that every day, I probably would, but I can't because I have life responsibilities. So when I can, I do. When I can't, I won't. But I have committed myself to at least these next, the 31 days in August to do this. So I want to try to do it again in April, and hopefully I'll be settled in. If I'm in school or whatever, I probably won't be able to do it every day. Maybe it'll be, a weekly thing or every 2 days. But I am enjoying this. Hopefully you're enjoying the Creda videos and then, my weekly videos. I have a few saved up, and I'll probably just release 1 or 2 because I am doing a video every day. So I don't want to be the only thing in your notifications saying, hey, Left-Handed Crafter has another video, and it's not really something that you're into or you like. I probably should have turned that way because it looks cool like that, right? It looks really cool like that. But I love this little box. Like, I am definitely enamored with emotion for that box. So thank you all for watching. Happy Creda.